Good evening and welcome. I am Amarachi Ubani. Tonight, gunmen kill 3 herdsmen in southern Kaduna communities, while suspected herdsmen attacks in Benue leave 5 people dead. Family of commercial driver allegedly slain by customs officials in Abeokuta, Ogun State demand justice and says the perpetrators be punished. Nigerian Air Force trains 81 officers and men in counter-terrorism operations. And landslide at rubbish dump kills at least 48 people near Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa. Tonight we begin with 3 Fulani herdsmen who have been killed by gunmen in the southern part of Kaduna State. 2 of the herdsmen were killed at Unguwan Meyashi village in Jema local government area of Kaduna State, while another was killed in Madakia community in Zangon Kataf local government area. A resident of Unguwan Meyashi told our correspondent that the incident occurred on Saturday evening when the herdsmen were grazing their cattle inside a bush. Confirming the incident, the spokesperson for the Kaduna State Police Command, Aliyu Usman, said some suspects have been arrested in connection with the incident. He added that more policemen have been drafted to the area to avert any reprisals or breakdown of law and order. Meanwhile, security has been beefed up in Buruku local government area of Benue State following an attack by suspected Fulani herdsmen in which 5 people were killed in Mkovo and Tombo communities. More security personnel, including soldiers and the police, have been deployed at the request of Governor Samuel Otom to reinforce those on the ground. The special advisor to the governor on security, retired Colonel Edwin Jando, who disclosed this in a statement today, said already the reinforcements have arrived at their destination. According to Colonel Jando, his office had received reports of the killing of 5 persons, including a tax collector yesterday whose bodies have been recovered. He also offered an assurance that security personnel have been deployed to Logo, Ukum, Katsinala, Taka, Gwe West and Agatu to embark on patrols and forestall an escalation of the crisis. We have more tragedy. The family members of one Mrs. Sobana Onile, a commercial bus driver allegedly killed by men of the Nigeria Customs Service, are asking relevant authority to bring the killer to book. A visit to the deceased's residence in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, shows an atmosphere of despair and a pensive mood. The incident is one that has drawn the attention of the State Commissioner of Police, who has promised to tackle the situation.
Eyeballs covered in tears. A moody atmosphere still dominates this environment as family members and others mourn one of their own. The slain man, Mr. Sobana Onile, a commercial driver, was allegedly gunned down by men of the Nigerian Customs.
He's a good person. He's good to us. He was very jovial to us. So even I'm not happy when I hear his sudden death.
They have set in motion actions to seek redress and have been joined in that quest by the Committee for Defense of Human Rights in the state.
The killing, it is condemnable. It is something that we cannot keep folding our arms and allow this to continue running. So we have come out as an organization, as a civil society organization, with the responsibility of defending people's rights, to tell them that the right of the people is non-negotiable.
Already, the State Police Commissioner has reacted to the call for justice.
The state government as well as other security agencies are on top of the situation. They are having a discreet look at the situation. That issue is an issue that is properly given attention by the government so that the stability and peace of the state will be guaranteed.
As it stands, only a thorough and true conclusive investigation and justice served and soon to be served will suffice.
Kunukunuma community in Baramatu Kingdom, Warri, southwest local government area of Delta State, has drawn the attention of the federal and state government to the deprivation suffered by the community under the current oil exploration company. The people are claiming that before now there was more infrastructure development within the community. The community is therefore giving a 21-day ultimatum to the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company Limited to restore all rights and privileges previously enjoyed.
Since the visit of the acting president to Baramatu Kingdom recently, the people have not only embraced peace but have agreed to work together with the federal government in maintaining oil facilities along the axis. But in Kunukunuma community in Baramatu Kingdom, the people do not seem to be at peace at all, following what they call deprivation by an oil exploration company, and they say this must stop.
The community has taken all peaceful and lawful means to make NPDC realize that Kunukunuma community is one of our hosts in the operation of OML 42. But this has not given us any good result up till now. And out of frustration, we started to plan to disrupt NPDC operation, but with the timely intervention of the Pharaoh of Baramatu Kingdom, who always believes in dialogue, have stopped us from carrying out this plan.
Their grounds is that before now, potable water existed. Some indigenes got scholarships to further their education, and there were lots of infrastructural gains from previous oil exploration companies. But now, things appear to have changed.
If the people refuse to do what the community is expecting, and the 21 days, we will personally go to Didi to shut down that fuel station.
From here, the protesters singing solidarity songs marched to the site of the abandoned water project and dilapidated school buildings, which they say have not been functioning.
We women, they suffer this struggle, go out fishing and train our children. Both men and women, so we do for all the boys no work.
Acknowledging that corporate social responsibility is a privilege and not a right, the Delta State government says it will do all it can to foster a harmonious relationship.
We are happy that our brothers and sisters have seen reasons why they should sheath their swords. Today, as we speak, you can see that there's a relative peace in the oil-bearing communities. Once you bring out peace and you're able to bring a very much tranquil environment in the oil-producing communities, it now becomes easy to now take the next step to get the oil companies to focus on the issues of infrastructure and human capital development.
Just like the popular saying that a stitch in time saves 9, it is expected that the Delta State government will play its usual mediating role by looking into the case and doing something positive to nip in the bud this seemingly looming crisis.
Staying in the region, the River State Governor Wike has called on all ethnic groups in the state to work in harmony for the peace and development of the state. The governor said this when leaders of a socio-cultural group in the state met with him at Government House, Port Harcourt.
We must work with all other ethnic nationalities to protect and give peace to this state. Most of you have worked well in terms of making sure some of our boys and girls who have involved themselves in these cultist activities and the rest. You will recall that when we came on board, it was very bad. Very, very bad. But today, to the glory of God, whether people like it or not, you can see that peace has come to this state. It is not because we are putting so much money in security. If we depend on man, there will be peace in this state. But because we depend on God, that He is the final chief security officer that will provide peace in this state. That's why this state is peaceful. I'm not saying that, and there's nowhere anywhere in this part of the world where you will say there's no crime. When there's no crime, then there's no war, there's no development. Development itself brings crime.
River State's Governor Nyesom Wike asked the Nigerian Air Force continue to find ways of containing terrorist activities in the northeast. 81 officers and men have undergone training on counter-terrorism operations. With this training, it is expected that the officers and men are equipped to carry out their functions. The officers passed from the Air Force Training Center in Kaduna.
These Air Force officers and men are now experts in anti-terrorism management, having been trained to fight terrorism and tackle other security challenges. The Northeast will perhaps be a testing ground for these young officers and men. The Commandant Regiment Training Center, Air Commodore Lazarus Michelia, explains that the troops during the training were subjected to rigorous academic and physical training to develop their mental skills and endurance level.
In the conduct of this exercise, the graduates were subjected to intense physical training in order to prepare them physically and mentally for the tasks ahead.
Addressing the troops, the Air Force Commanding Training Commander of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Christopher Okoye, expresses satisfaction with their level of performance.
The basic, and in that basic they did so well, and out of 83, 81 made it, which means it is a high percentage for them.
In the meantime, as a major facilitator and force multiplier in the fight against terrorism and armed banditry in the country, the service has commenced air surveillance of the Kaduna airport and environs to ensure safety of passengers and residents of the state.
International airport, Abuja, was closed, and everything, Kaduna Airport is now where we are operating. The Chief of Air Staff has asked us to come and assess, first of all, the security arrangements. Then also we look at the airspace management between us and the civil airport.
The state of emergency imposed in the Northeast requires that the military authorities sustain the peace in the region, but they need a lot of trained hands to achieve this, and that's perhaps why the training of these officers have come at a time history beckons.
In part two, after the break, Electoral Reform Committee makes a stop in the North Central region in continuation of its nationwide sensitization tour to educate voters on conduct of polls in 2019. Please stay with us.